you ever felt like everything in your life was shifting, like God was pulling you into something new, but you didn't know what it was? Back in November, I had a vision of a pipe bursting. And at first, I didn't understand what it meant, but soon after, it became abundantly clear. Sometimes God allows pressure to build up in our lives, not to break us, but to push us into the next season. And if you're in that place right now, feeling the tension of change, you are not by yourself. Today, we're going to talk about why God does this, what it has to do with Mark chapter 2, verses 22, and Isaiah chapter 43, and how Abraham's journey of faith gives us a blueprint for navigating through these seasons of transition. Let's talk about the vision of a pipe bursting. So when a pipe is old, weak, or under too much pressure, eventually it bursts because it can't hold what's inside anymore. So maybe you felt like that, like life has been so overwhelming that you're about to break. But what if the breaking is actually God making room for something new? Think about a pipe that's clogged or outdated. It can't handle the new flow that's coming in. In the same way, God can't pour new blessings into an old mindset or into an old season. Mark chapter 2, verses 22 says, "And no one pours new wine into old wineskin. Otherwise, the wine will burst the skin, and both the wine and the wineskin will be ruined. No, they pour new wine into new wineskin." Now, here's why that matters. Wineskin in biblical times were made of animal leather. So when they were new, they were flexible and they were able to expand as the wine fermented on the inside. But over time, old wineskins became dry, stiff, and brittle. And if you were to go pour fresh, living, expanding wine into them, they couldn't stretch. So the wineskin would burst. Jesus wasn't just talking about wine. He was saying you cannot fit a fresh move of God into an old mindset, an old system, an old way of thinking. If we try to hold on to what's comfortable, we'll miss what God is trying to pour out. If God is about to pour something new into our life, He has to first remove what's no longer serving us, even if that means breaking something apart. Now let's look at Isaiah chapter 43, verses 18 and 19. And I'm going to break these verses down piece by piece because I think that is powerful. All right, forget the former things. Do not dwell on the past. See, I am doing a new thing. Now it springs up. Do you not perceive it? I am making a way in the wilderness and streams in the wasteland. All right. He said, I am doing a new thing. A new thing is a fresh start, a change, or a renewal. Now it springs up. That means immediate. It's showing certainty, imminence. The new is leaping, is bursting forth. So we have to embrace it, even if it isn't visible yet. Do you not perceive it? We have to recognize His hand, discern what He's doing, have eyes to see and ears to hear. And to have eyes to see and ears that hear, it requires a heart that is beyond current circumstances, right? I am making a way. That is provision and guidance through what seems to be impossible situations. He is the way, according to John chapter 14 and 6. Wilderness. He said, I am making a way in the wilderness. Wilderness is uncultivated, uninhabited, neglected, abandoned. But it's also a time of testing and isolation, a place of preparation, revelation, and transformation, where we are challenged to rely on God's provision and His guidance. He said He is making a way in the wilderness and streams in the wasteland. A wasteland is barren, is unattractive, is unused, and is overgrown. Isaiah 43 is showing God's sovereignty in His unmatched power. God says to forget the former things. Stop holding on to what was. He is doing something new. But here's the key. Many times we don't perceive it because we're too focused on what we lost instead of where God is taking us. What if the disruptions in our life are actually His divine interventions? What if that closed door, that job loss, that relationship shift, or unexpected turn is God setting us up for something greater? The pipe has burst. The flow has started. The old ways, the old mindsets, they cannot contain what He's doing anymore. We can either cling to what's familiar, trying to patch up an old wineskin, or we can become new vessels with the capacity, the willingness, and the readiness to receive. Now let's take a look at Abraham, because his story is one of the greatest examples of trusting God in a new season. In Genesis chapter 12, verses 1 through 4, God told Abraham to leave his country, leave his people, and leave his father's household, and go to a land that God would show him. Abraham didn't have a map. He didn't have details. All he had was faith and obedience. And here's the thing. If Abraham had stayed where he was comfortable, he would have never stepped into the promise. Maybe God is asking you to step into the unknown. Just like Abraham, maybe He's asking you to trust Him even when you don't see the full picture. So how can we apply this blueprint to our lives? Here's a few things to remember as we step out into this new season. We have to let go of the old. Just like the old wineskin can't hold new wine, we can't carry an old mindset into a new calling. We have to trust that God is working behind the scenes, even if it doesn't make sense now. We will look back and see His hand in everything. And third, we have to take action in faith. Abraham didn't wait for God to give him all the details. He just went. Sometimes obedience means moving forward before we see the whole staircase. Transition seasons can be extremely uncomfortable. Less than a week after that vision, I was informed that I was holding one of the many positions that would soon be terminated. And the spiritual warfare has been bananas. So that's a dead giveaway that things have also shifted spiritually. But God is in control. If your pipe is bursting, don't panic. God is making room for something new. If this message has blessed you, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share so more people can step into what God is doing in their lives. See you in the next video.